to right, and that was the last batter that Leisman faced. It was a 2-2 game. Bowman came in, gave up a single to Moses Dukes, but then he struck out Jaden Roberts. And then to get a lefty-lefty matchup, Kai Mayfield was brought on relief, and he caught Logan Broughton pinch hitting, looking at strike 3. And the Jimmies had a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th inning, and again had runners on. With 1 out, Muslar was hit by a pitch. He stole second with 2 out. Madison reached on a fielder's choice, and the Jimmies had runners on the corners, but 2 out. But Roebuck lined out to end the inning, and it was 2-2 going into extra innings in the 8th inning. With Mayfield still on, he gave up a leadoff single to pinch hitter Tyson Threadgill in the 8th, and he struck out Cam Erickson. Then Joe Hart was brought in, and Jace Buchanan and Wyatt Wilharn both ground out to send this game to the last of the 8th inning. But Trent Chavez came in to relieve Jacob Scully and put Jamestown down 1-2-3 for the only time in this game with a couple of strikeouts. And then came the Dickinson State 9th inning. Gonzalez singled to lead off. Rodriguez with his 4th hit of the game followed with a single after Sawyer Brenner struck out. Jaden Roberts, who had struck out swinging in his first 3 at-bats, hit a 3-run homer to right field, his 8th of the year, to put Dickinson State on top by a score of 5-2. Dickinson State had 2 more runners later in the inning on singles by Threadgill and Erickson, but they were stranded. Then came the bottom of the 9th. Burke led off with a double, but then Alex Alba struck out swinging. Muslar flew out to right, and Ben Swenenson struck out to end the game in this tough one to take, no doubt, for the Jimmies. Well, here's the big reason why. Jamestown in this game was 1 of 15 with runners in scoring position. And as we mentioned, they stranded 11 runners. 9 of the runners stranded were in scoring position. So with Jamestown now at 8-5 in the NSAA, this means that Bellevue, who has already won today over Dakota State and Madison 12-2, and they're leading 2-1 on the bottom of the 4th in game 2. If the Bruins win that game, then they would clinch no worse than a tie for the NSAA title. And of course, Bellevue has won the NSAA baseball championship in the regular season 9 consecutive years. That's where the Jimmies go to end their regular season, to Omaha anyway. Bellevue plays their home games in Omaha, and that's where they'll be next Friday and Saturday. And the Jimmies will try to call on, and will call on Luke Zimmer to try to make things better in game 2 after a tough game 1 loss. And again, we'll remind you that since game 1 went 9 innings today, it'll be a 7-inning regulation game in game 2. And it's not all that far away.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
RRM Stout post-game show after game 1, where Dickinson State rallied to beat Jamestown in 9 by a score of 5-2. We'll tell you about Jimmie's softball and what all that does in the NSAA race coming up too in between games of this Jamestown Dickinson State baseball doubleheader at Jack Brown Stadium after a Dickinson State 5-2 9-inning victory in game 1. Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
I3G Media, this station, and the Thundering Saints invite you to join us for a day of fun, friends, and prizes. Saturday, May 3rd, for the 6th annual Bar Golf South Valley City. You can register your team of 4 or 5 right now at newsdakota.com under the promos tab. Cost is just $20 a person and includes your seat on the shuttle bus. Check-in begins at 10 a.m. Saturday, May 3rd at the Labor Club. At 11 a.m., all teams will head out to their assigned starting hole for a shotgun start. From there, your team will complete all of the unique handmade mini golf holes at Bridges Bar and Grill, Jimmie's Pizza, the Clubhouse, the North 9 Bar and Grill, the Labor Club, Boomer's Corner Keg, the Captain's Pub, and Brock Up Brewing. And then we'll all head back to the Labor Club where we'll announce the winners, including best team costume or theme. Head to newsdakota.com right now under the promos tab to register your team or give us a call at 701-845-1490. A portion of the proceeds from this event will benefit the Thundering Saints, the home of the Debbie Gable Memorial Ride.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
And now, steering you towards great food and fun in our listening area, it's time for our dining and entertainment guide.
Want great food at a fair price? The Prairie Inn Restaurant of Carrington is your diner of choice. Located right by the roundabout on Highway 281 and 200. Great service, always clean, and breakfast is served all day. Call 652-3976. The new Corner Bar and Grill invites you in to try their outstanding pizzas, smash burgers, and specialty mac and cheese. They've also revealed their special spring menu featuring a chicken salad sandwich, strawberry spinach salad, and a delectable Italian lemon cake at the new Corner Bar and Grill, downtown Jamestown.
The rustic setting will draw you in, and the food will keep you coming back. The Frontier Fort Bar and Grill opens at 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. They offer beef, pork, and seafood entrees, and their legendary prime rib is served Fridays and Saturdays. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo, Jamestown.
Are you looking for a rewarding job in a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smphealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smphealth.org/Ave Maria. For nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants, be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
This is Cole and Austin from the Moore High School.
And as a Vision Zero school, the Lobos want to remind you that using your phone while driving can wait.
Texting, snapping, or scrolling when you're behind the wheel, it's more dangerous than you.
Some people, for 5 seconds, can be like driving the entire length of the football field blindly.
And distracted driving just doesn't affect you. It can hurt other people on the road or even your family and friends.
So let's and make the road a safer place for all of us.
Vision Zero. Zero fatalities, zero excuses.
This is your Ag Central weekend update. Tonight we're looking at temperatures dipping back down to the low 40s, possibly dipping back down into the 30s for Easter Sunday. Mostly sunny and breezy again. Morning low in the mid-30s, afternoon high in the low to mid-60s. Southwest wind 10 to 25 miles per hour. As we wake up on Monday, we're going to have sunny, mild, high 60s.
Jamestown 107.1.
In between games of this Easter weekend doubleheader at Jack Brown Stadium, after the Dickinson State Blue Hawks rallied for a 9-inning win in Game 1 by a score of 5-2. Our SMP Health Ave Maria pregame show. David Burrow back with you. So let's visit for a few moments about what is happening now with the NSAA baseball standings. Bellevue first today, a win over Dakota State, 12-2 in Game 1. That was in Madison. Game 2 right now. And the Bruins lead again, 2-1 as they play in the top of the 5th. And again, a win in that game would assure at least a tie for the NSAA title for the Bruins. BCSU picked up their second NSAA win today with a 6-2 win over Mayville in Game 1 of their doubleheader at Charlie Brown Memorial Field in Valley City, but it's all Mayville State. in game 2 so far anyway, as the Comets lead 9-3 as they play in the top of the 3rd inning. So as of this baseball standings, Bellevue is at 14-1 now, with the Jimmies at 8-5, and Dickinson State only a game behind them now at 7-6. Dakota State is at 7-8, Mayville State 5-10, and BCSU is at 2-13. The S&P Alpha Ave Maria pregame show. Luke Zimmer set to start for Jamestown in game 2 against Dickinson State after the Blue Hawks came back to win game 1 in 9, 5-2. We'll tell you about the Jimmies and other NSAA softball next here in Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Hey, it's time to treat your ride. Get your sparkling clean at the ExxonMobil Touchless Car Wash right here in Jamestown, where dirt and grime don't stand a chance. With state-of-the-art technology, no brushes, no scratches, just a deep that time of year to get all that road salt and the dust off. The ExxonMobil next quarter has you got into ExxonMobil in Jamestown today and give your car the shine it deserves. Fast, easy, and always open when you need it. ExxonMobil Touchless Car Wash. Clean car, happy driver. And get ready to spring into savings with the Big Spring Radio Auction only at newsdakota.com. Score amazing deals from local businesses, restaurants, salons, auto services, and more. All starting at just a fraction of the price. Don't miss your shot to save big while supporting the local. Shopping is easy when it's just the click of a bid at newsdakota.com's Big Spring Wheeler Dealer Auction. Remember, bidding opens April 23rd and ends live on air Saturday, April 26th at noon.
This is the voice of the Blue Jays.
3-0. Fly ball into left field, carrying again, and gone again. Megan Jarrett is homered for the 3rd time today.
Jamestown Blue softball is at home again to meet Dickinson. It's game 1 of a doubleheader from Trapper Lawrence Tuesday at 4:15, followed by the Twins and White Sox from Target Field. All here.
Outstanding Brokerage of the Year for 2023. Find out why working with a professional realtor really pays. Visit findrealtynow.com or call us today at 701-952-7355.
Southview Outdoor Services provides the best the green industry has to offer. Southview Outdoor Service, full service company. Requires the look their best. Call now to book your spring projects.
Checked out lately? Is in need of repair, or do you need a whole new roof done? Look no further than Northland Window and Door. Call Northland Window and Door. Experience you can trust. 320-9.
And your home could be more.
The S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show before game 2 of this baseball doubleheader. David Burrow back with you at Jack Brown Stadium. And for Jamestown, a tough loss in game. After an early 2-0 lead, Dickinson State came back. Jaden Roberts, 3-run homer in the top of the difference in a 5-2 victory. Now, let's talk about NSAA softball for the day. As they did yesterday, a split with the Bellevue Bruins, time at Trapper Lawrence. Game 1. Brett pitched a 4-hit shutout and won by a score of 3-0. Jimmy's didn't get a great deal of offense against Katie Cunningham, a little more than yesterday, but it was enough. Maddie Spade continuing her good hitting with an RBI single in the first inning. Lauren Weigel and Kayla Quintanilla had RBIs in the fifth. For the other 2 runs for, well, it was Bellevue. Got out this time by a score of 5-0. Bree McMurtry had a 2-run homer in the first inning for Bellevue. Layla Fiskus had an RBI double in the 5th, and then with a 2-run homer, who picked up the win with a 7-inch shutout and 7 strikeouts. Abby Blair went the first 4 for the Jimmies, taking the loss. 3 runs, 5 hits. Maddie Haragrove pitched the last 3 innings. Leading the league, but they have lost today in doubleheader to CSU out of Rivera Field. That was a 3. So that means now that the Blue Hawks are at 11-2. Bellevue is 10-6. BCSU is 7-6. Mayville State beat Dakota State 11-1 in game 1 of their doubleheader today in Portland. That's the first win for the Comets, who are 1-12. Dakota State now stands at 0-13. So still another game to play today for Dickinson State in softball, and then 2 more tomorrow. And of course, the Jimmies host Dickinson State for a doubleheader at Trapper Lawrence Field on Friday, and then close the regular season with a doubleheader in Dickinson a week from tomorrow, which we'll have here on Jamestown 107.1. In baseball, game 2 coming up here at Jack Brown Stadium as Luke Zimmer will try to pitch the Jamestown Jimmies back after a tough 5-2 9-inning loss in game 1 on our S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show. Game 2 coming up here on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
The Frontier Ford invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s sport. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 to take out the Frontier Ford. Buffalo in Jamestown. The All Mets Club has good food and fun. Check out their $5.99 day specials and follow their Facebook page for extra special dates. Don't forget bingo on Tuesdays and Saturdays and prime rib Saturday nights. At the All Mets Club under now Jamestown.
Have you heard the news? There's something new at Babs in Jamestown. Barbie's Dream Cream Ice Cream. It's homemade, hand-dipped ice cream made from scratch, loaded with all your favorite toppings. You can enjoy it in a cup, a waffle, or sugar cone, or blend it into a delicious shake. Every scoop is a delightful treat. Stop by Babs and get Barbie's Dream Cream Ice Cream today.
Jamestown is where traditions begin. From photos at the World's Arms Buffalo to fishing in the Jamestown Reservoir. Start your tradition today.
Line to center, diving, but Ludlow can't reach. To the plate, Chase Burke. Tomorrow, the second doubleheader for Jimmie against Dickinson State at Jack Brown Stadium. Jimmies and Blue Hawks tomorrow afternoon at 1:15 on Jamestown 107.1.
A Cornerstone event special. Find lease with Cornerstone Rentals Management and receive half off your first and second month's rent. Fargo, Valley City. At Cornerstone Rentals, MGT.com.
You know you don't really want that hurry up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union is a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different, you bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
The Frontier Ford invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s sport. Upstairs, and you're greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary fries is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Port, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
Jamestown 107.1.
Van Erickson leads off for Dickinson State in game 2 against Luke Zimmer. Took a ball, then a foul tip into the mid of catcher Jordan Singleton for a strike. It's 1-1 with Luke Zimmer on the mound, trying to bring Jamestown back after a tough loss in game 1. This pitch misses high, and it's 2-1. Next from Luke, swing and a miss. To Erickson. The catcher. In game 1, homered. He takes ball 3 low and away here, and the count's full. And the next swung on and missed. Erickson's down on strikes. And that's how game 2 begins. And again, we'll remind you that since game 1 went 9 innings, this will be a 7-inning regulation game. Erickson now 2 for 6 in the doubleheader. And Jace Buchanan steps in. 1 for 5 in game 1. He's now at 439. First pitch from Zimmer. Curveball's in for a strike. Fouled back by Buchanan. 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in for him. Luke Zimmer, the junior from Velda. Here comes an 0-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3 inside corner. Zimmer has back-to-back strikeouts to start this game. 2 down. For Luke, his 10th start, 12th appearance. 5-3, his ERA 5.59, 46 and 2/3 innings coming in, 46 hits, 33 runs, 29 earned, 51 strikeouts and 16 walks. Opponents batting .250 against him. Wyatt Wilharm, the third baseman, took one low for a ball. 1 for 4 for Wilharm in game 1. Our first pitch is always brought to you by RM Stout, the right value since 1941. The next one's a swinging strike, 1-1. Zimmer trying to strike the side out here. 1-1. Zimmer's next. Low 2. Stop express loop batting order for Dickinson State after Erickson and Jace Buchanan and Wilharm. John Michael Gonzalez Jr. cleaning up in center. Luis Rodriguez, the shortstop, hits 5th. Fly ball here into right field. Back goes Roebuck, but he watches it go. Wyatt Wilharm is homered to right. Dickinson State with the 1 here in the top of the first inning. The 4th home run and 23rd run batted in for Wyatt Wilharm. Back in game 1. Will they take that good vibe into the game 2 first inning? Now John Michael Gonzalez Jr., the center fielder, and he took a ball a little outside. 1 for 4 in game 1, now at .393 with 4 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Luke Zimmer's next. Drive hit hard, but foul down the first base side, 1-1. The rest of the Pittsburgh. 6. Jaden Roberts, the hero of game 1, for them the left fielder, bats 7th. High and away, 2-1. Ty Farwell is the first baseman, batting 8th. Caden Finders, the right fielder, bats 9th for Dickinson State. The pit stop express lube Blue Hawk batting order. 2-1 to John Michael Gonzalez. Zimmer's next is high and away. So now it's 2. Strike on the inside corner. count. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez frustrated with himself as he swings and misses for the third out. But Dickinson State grabs the lead in the opening inning on the Wild Wilhelm home run. 1-1, one hit, nobody left. And after 1/2 inning on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard in Game 2 here on Jamestown 107.1. It's Dickinson State 1 and Jamestown coming to bat. And now the Pit Stop Express Lube in order for Jamestown. Chase Burke, the center fielder, is the leadoff batter, with Alex Alva at second base, batting second. Brian Muzalar in first, hitting third. Jordan Singleton catching in this second game, and he's the cleanup hitter. Tristan Madison, the pitch, hits fifth. Isaiah Roebuck in right field bats sixth. Then it's Ben Patton in left, Landon shortstop, and Ricky Okamoto at third base. Pit Stop Express Lube. Jamestown Jimmie's batting order. Trent Richter is who they will face for Dickinson State. 5'7", 175-pound senior from Scottsbluff, Nebraska. He's a Western Nebraska Community College transfer. This is his 50th game as a Blue Hawk, his 33rd start. His ERA is 7.55, 31 innings, turned 43 hits, struck out 23 and walked 10. Has 11 and 15 win and 6 losses last year. Went 5 and 5 in his sophomore year. Chase Burke leading off for Jamestown in the bottom of the first inning. Burke went 2 for 5, a couple of doubles in game 1. He's now at 381 with 5 home runs, 19 runs batted in. First pitch from Trent Richter is missing inside. Opponents are batting .333 this season against Trent Richter, so he can be hit. Next one, fly ball into medium right field. In comes Finders. He makes the catch, and that's 1 up and 1 down in the Jamestown first. Alex Alva, the Jimmie's second baseman. Hitless in 4 trips. He did draw a walk in game 1. He's now at 331 with 3 homers and 24 runs batted in. He has it safely, and he sends a pop to short right. It's the second baseman Buchanan under this one, and on 1 pitch, it's the second out in the Jamestown first in a scoreless game. As Ryan Muzalar comes up. He gave the Jimmies their 2 runs in game 1 with a 2-run first inning homer. His 12th of the year. He's hitting .429. He's now driven in 49 runs. First pitch from Richter. It's missing inside. The States come back to tie Bellevue now in game 2 of their doubleheader. Pitch is a called strike inside. It's 2-2 Dakota State and Bellevue in Madison, top of the 6th inning. 1-1 to Muzalar. Pop owl on the first base side. And out of play. And 1-2. Did I say scoreless? Pardon me. 1-0 run. One and two. Trent Richter fires. And it's lifted into left field. Back goes Roberts on. He steps it, pitching. And Jamestown pitches by Trent Richter in the bottom of the first inning.
And through one in game two on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard, Dickinson State 1, Jamestown 1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability your toughest job. Near 700. And smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims: Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Wheel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Get ready with a CC5.com today. Buy now to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
Jamestown 107.1.
Five, 6, 7 for Dickinson State in the top of the second against Zimmer, Luis Rodriguez, Moses Dukes, and Jaden Roberts. Against Luke, gave up a 2-out solo homer to DSU's Wyatt Wilharm in the top of the first, 1-0. Dickinson State, after the Blue Hawks rallied to win game 1 in 9 innings by a score of 5-2. So that makes this a second game. 2 more tomorrow on Easter Sunday. Our airtime 107.1. Coming on and making the catch with an excellent play. Rodriguez grabbed pass, and Rodriguez, there's the Jimmie's 4 for 4 in game. Strike. Next one. On the right side, foul. Muzalar taking a look, but it's out of play. But now it's only to say that our understanding is the lady who got hit with what is okay relatively was conscious as she was taken away by ambulance. But, oh dear. 1 and 2 as a pitch misses low. The Dukes. Zimmer with the next. Low, and another block by Singleton. 2 and Ryan Muzalar at first. Alex Alba at second. Landon Rung at short. But he'll come over at third for Jamestown. 2-2. Foul with the play. Ben Patton in left. Chase Perkins, center, and Isaiah Roebuck in right with Jordan Singleton behind the plate in this one. 2 and 2. Zimmer again to Dukes, and it swung on and missed. Strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Zimmer. Second out in the second inning. Nothing. Dickinson State lead. The Blue Hawks send up their hero in game 1, left fielder Jaden Roberts. His 3-run shot off Joe Hart in the top of the 9th was the difference in the first game. First one bounces in. He's at 220 now. Roberts, swing and a miss. It's 1 and 1. 8 home runs. And 22 runs batted in. He's this club's home run leader. And he fouled it out of play on the first base side, 1 and 2. Not all of it going the other way in the top of the 9th inning. Oh, foul back to the screen by him here. Still at 1. Two down, 1 and 2 from Luke Zimmer to Roberts. starts here in the top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. And a left center back on his horse is Burke, but over his Patton, crashes against him. Can't come up with it. By only difference way up left center. And Ty Farwell, the first State steps in. 0 for 3 in game one, now at 240. Took a strike. 3 homers and 19 runs. It's the 5th double. Runs, 1 hit for Dickinson State, 1 left after an inning and a half on the Gonorrhea Sports scoreboard. 2. Dickinson State leads Jamestown 1-0 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat, and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. Work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty appetizers too, and for dessert, come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment. Downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, do
107.1.
It was about as easy first inning as Trent Richter on the mound for Dickinson State could have wanted. Retired the Jimmies in order on only 7 pitches. 3 and Muzalon. Now Singleton in the lead for Jamestown. The big-handed batter leads off in the bottom of the second to be followed by Kristen Madison and Isaiah Roebuck. Jordan in game one had a single in 3 trips, and he took the ball outside. He's now at 265 with 5 home runs and 23 runs batted in. The Western Nebraskan, Trent Richter, ready with another, and it's fouled over the grandstand on the third side by Singleton, 1-1. More baseball for you after we get done. Twins baseball from Atlanta here on Jamestown 107.1, meeting the Braves again after blowing it in the 8th inning last night when the Braves scored 5 and won 6-4. 1-1. Fouled again. Out of play on the third base side. 1-2 to Singleton. And then tomorrow, 2 more for Jamestown and Dickinson State here at Jack Brown Stadium on Easter Sunday. We'll be with you at 1:15 tomorrow. 1-2 the pitch. High. Bellevue has the lead again over Dakota State in Madison, 3-2 as they play in the bottom of the 6th in the second game of their doubleheader after Bellevue won the opener today. Next one to Singleton, missed outside and the count's full. Bellevue with a win in that game would clinch at least a tie for the NSAA regular season title. They're 14-1 now in the league. Full count to Singleton. Trent Richter's next. Fly ball into center field. On comes Gonzalez quickly, but it's the left fielder Roberts who has the play on it, and Jaden has it in left center field. Gonzalez came out from under his cap, but it was Roberts that had the beat on it, 1 down, and Gonzalez, certainly Roberts had a better angle on it. Gonzalez had to come way deep from right center try to chase that down. So Tristan Madison is up, DHing for Jamestown in this game. 1 for 3 in game 1 with a walk. Richter's first pitch misses inside. 323 for Madison. 4 home runs. He's driven in 35. And 906 OPS for Tristan. Next pitch. Couldn't stop his swing and fouled it, rolled it past the Dickinson State dugout on the first base side, 1-1. Jimmie softball with a split today. Game 1 3-0 over Bellevue. Lost the second to the Bruins 5-0, so they're now 13-3 in the league. Grounder foul past third. 1-2 to Tristan Madison. So Dickinson State, who lost to VCSU in game 1 of that softball doubleheader on Dickinson today, is now at 11-2 in the league. And they're scoreless with VCSU in game 2 at Rivera Field in the bottom of the first inning. They'll play 2 more on Monday. And a grounder to the left side, backhanded by Rodriguez, throws across on a hop, but it's too late. Rodriguez had to go way deep into the hole and not much of a chance to reach Madison in first. And Tristan's on with a 1-out infield hit. And Isaiah Roebuck comes up for the Jimmies. Isaiah went 0 for 3 in game 1, now at 361 with a home run and 22 runs batted in, but had one of the best right field throws you'll ever see. Pitch is low for a ball. Threw out Jace Buchanan in the 6th inning as he tried to stretch a single into a double from a throw that was right and very deep, right by the right field line, and just threw a strike to Alex Alva at second base. Trent Richter with a 1-0 pitch. And it's a ground ball into left field. It's in for a base hit. Isaiah's first of the day. Back-to-back singles by Madison and Roebuck have 2 on with 1 out for Jamestown. And Ben Patton steps in. 338 for Ben after in game 1 he was 1 for 4, 7 home runs and 38 runs batted in. He's had some big RBI days. Had the 8 RBI game 3 homer game against VCSU at the NSAA preseason classic. Well, he's got 2 on here. Can the Jimmies hit in the clutch this game? Line drive into center, base hit. Taken by Gonzalez. Around third is Madison. He's going to be waved in. The throw is cut off, and Jamestown has a 1-0 lead with Roebuck stopping at second. Another RBI for Ben Patton. That's number 39. So after the Jimmies had only the 1 hit, that was Muzalar's home run. With 15 at bats in scoring position in game 1, Patton delivers with the first such situation for the Jimmies in game 2. Now Landon Rung comes up. Had 2 hits in game 1. He's now at 302 with 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. Roebuck on second, Patton on first. They can both run. First pitch, they're expecting bunt, and the pitch is swung and missed by Rung. He went around far enough, but Fargo was coming in at first and is still fairly near the grass. Now he backs up a little bit. I think he sees that Rung is showing no intention of bunting. Dancing on his Roebuck. And it's missing low and away, and it's 1-1. 3 straight singles have produced a Jamestown run, and it's a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the second. So the first run in this doubleheader that wasn't scored by a home run. Wilharm homered in the first inning of this game for Dickinson State. Ball on the strike. And that time, Brandon Rung did show bunt, and it missed low and away. So what's Ty Farwell going to be thinking at first base now? Well, he's closer toward that grass again. Now Rung's ahead in the count. But Farwell's only a step behind that grass. Richter looks back at second. Now he pitches, swinging away, and looped into short right field. Buchanan goes back, reaches over his shoulder and makes the catch. Good play, 2 down. Throw to second, but Roebuck's back in time. That play was anything but routine for Jace Buchanan. Now Ricky Okamoto at the bat. In game 1, Ricky was 0 for 2. He's now at 234 with 5 runs batted in. Up to 54 degrees. It's warm enough for Tom Hager to have taken his jacket off in the third base coaching box. Still a little cool, but now not bad out there. Not much wind at all today. First pitch outside for a ball. Even better tomorrow. They're saying 60s tomorrow on Easter Sunday. And yes, there will be baseball here at Jack Brown Stadium. And if you can't be out here, we hope you'll join us at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon on Jamestown 107.1 for the third and fourth games of this series and the team's last 2 home games. Pitch. And the dirt bounces in, but blocked well by Erickson. Neither runner can advance, but now it's 2-0 to Ricky Okamoto. Then Patton with an RBI single, the third of 3 straight singles. That's tied this game at 1 in the bottom of the second. Remember, it's a 7-inning regulation game since the first game went 9. 2-0. Pitch coming. Strike down the middle, 2-1. More signs from Tom Hager for Ricky Okamoto. The left-handed batter stays in the box. Waits on the next from Trent Richter. Here it is. Fouled. Straight back. Now it's 2-2. Richter strike away from getting out of this and making it a tie game to the third inning. 5-2 Dickinson State in 9 in game 1 if you're just joining us as they rallied from 2-0 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Okamoto waits. Holds the bat high. Richter fires. Inside and hit Okamoto in the leg. That loads the bases. Roebuck down the third. Patton takes second. And now that makes it back to this very potent top of the Jamestown lineup with Chase Burke. Flew out in the first inning. 2 for 6 now today. First pitch. Breaking ball, missed inside. Well, Trent Richter had only 7 pitches in the first inning, but he's thrown 24 now in this inning. The 1-0 to Burke is inside, ball 2. Bases loaded, 2 down. Jamestown's tied the game with a run in this inning. It's 1-1 with Dickinson State. Richter with a hold and the pitch. Fouled over our heads on the first base side and way out of play, and it's 2-1. Max O'Neill over there making sure your car was not hit, was it, I hope? Okay. Next one. Foul knocked straight back by Burke, and now it's 2-2. Dickinson State rallied in game 1. Jimmie's trying to reverse it on them in game 2. 1-1, bases loaded, 2 out, bottom of the second. 2-2 count to Chase Burke. 2 down. Here's Richter's next. Inside, ball 3. The count's full, and there's no room for Chase. Well, what will Richter try here in a tough situation for a pitcher? Bases loaded, 2 down. Full count to Burke. Trent Richter with a big payoff pitch is low, ball 4 to give Jamestown the lead. Roebuck comes in, Patton to third, and Okamoto to second. th run batted in for Chase Burke, and Alex Alva steps up. And for Alex, still looking for his first hit today. Popped out his first time. Richter's first pitch bounced down the first base line, foul, though it was handled by Farwell. Strike 1. Patton back to third. Okamoto back to second, and Chase Burke returns to first. And Trent Richter has now thrown 30 pitches in this second inning. Jamestown's come back to take a 2-1 lead over Dickinson State. Strike 1 to Alva. Richter with the hold. Here he comes. Low, 1-1. Control's gotten a little bit away from Richter in this thing. In fact, he's only thrown 20 of his 38 pitches now for strikes. After he only threw 2 balls in the first inning. 1-1. Line drive, right center field, but there is Gonzalez, and he makes the catch to retire the side. But Jamestown comes back to take the lead with a 2-run second inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, but 3 left. But Jamestown has grabbed the lead here in game 2 at the end of 2 in the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Jamestown 2, Dickinson State 1 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring. And this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection.
And get ready to spring into savings with a big spring radio auction only at newsdakota.com. Score amazing deals from local businesses, restaurants, salons, auto services, and more, all starting at just a fraction of the price. Don't miss your shot to save big while supporting a local. Shopping is easy when it's just the click of a bid at newsdakota.com's Big Spring Wheeler Dealer Auction. Remember, bidding opens April 23rd and ends live on air Saturday, April 26th at noon.
Jamestown 107.1.
Dickinson State up to bat in the third inning with Caden Finders, the right fielder. Cam Erickson, Jace Buchanan will follow. Finders 0 for 2 in the first game, now at 281, 4 homers and 9 runs batted in. And Luke Zimmer now with a 2-1 lead as he delivers, and it misses outside. Again, if you're just joining us, Dickinson State won game 1 in 9 innings by a score of 5-2. Next pitch. Strike on the outside corner. So this means this is a 7-inning regulation game. Here's a ground ball. One big hop for Alex Alva. Second throws to first, and down goes Finders. 1 out in the Dickinson State third. And catcher Cam Erickson at the bat, struck out his first time in this game. 2 for 6 now in the doubleheader today. Bellevue, 3 more runs in the 7th as Erickson takes a strike. They're up 6-2 now over Dakota State and Madison in game 2 of that doubleheader in the bottom of the 7th. 12-2 Bellevue win in game 1. Jimmies go to Omaha next week. Next pitch. Ball bounces out of Singleton's glove. 1-1. A win in that game for Bellevue would clinch no worse than a tie for the NSAA regular season title. The 1-1. Swing and a miss by Erickson, 1-2. And of course, it's been 9 straight years that Bellevue has won this league's championship in the regular season. 1-2 to Erickson. And the next pitch is high, 2-2. Remember that the NSAA gets 2 automatic qualifying bids to the NAIA tournament. One goes to the regular season champion. The other would go to the tournament champion. Lone, it's 3-2. But if the regular season champion also wins the tournament title, well, then the runner-up in the tournament would get the league's other bid. Full count to Erickson. Zimmer trying to come back, and it is down the middle, strike 3. Erickson stopped his swing and thought he had ball 4, but it's a perfect pitch. Anyway, it's 2 down, whether he was swinging or whether he wasn't. He may have been, but anyway, he's out. Now, after the 4th strikeout by Zimmer, Jace Buchanan comes up. Struck out his first time. First ball swinging, fouls it out of play on the first base side. And in the NSAA tournament, it's now less than 2 weeks away. 2 teams will be brought in from the CalPAC conference to make it an 8-team tournament. Fly ball into the right field corner, but Roebuck is over, and in foul ground, Isaiah makes the catch. And Dickinson State is down in order in the top of the 3rd. After 2.5 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard in game 2, Jamestown 2, Dickinson State 1. On Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Building a business requires strength, courage, and a solid reputation. So, when you're ready to build a building to house your business or remodel your existing business, you want the same qualities in your commercial construction contractor. And that's where Hillerud Construction comes in. Trusted, experienced builders who specialize in commercial building construction. Their experience saves you time, stress, and money. So visit HillerudConstruction.com and let's get building.
Jamestown 107.1.
To the bottom of the 3rd inning at Jack Brown Stadium. David Burrow with you. Thanks for spending part of your Easter weekend with us. Jamestown up 2-1 over Dickinson State in game 2 after Dickinson State came back to win game 1 in 9 innings, 5-2. 3-4-5 in the Jamestown 3rd. Ryan Muselar, Jordan Singleton, and Tristan Madison against Trent Richter. Well, what 2 different innings he's had. Retired Jamestown only 7 pitches in order in the bottom of the 1st, but then in the bottom of the 2nd, gave up a couple of runs, 3 hits, a hit batter, and threw 37 pitches. Ryan Muselar leads off. Flew out to end the 1st inning. Richter's first to the young man from Grand Forks, flown into left center field, but under it and watching it leave is Roberts. He thought he had a plane and kept carrying, and Ryan Muzalar has homered again. First ball hitting Ryan Muzalar has home run number 13. That is run batted in number 50 for Ryan. And it's 3-1 Jamestown. Goodness, is Ryan Muzalar been on some kind of tear. Here's Jordan Singleton. A 2-run Jimmie lead. Richter's first to Jordan is a strike. Flew out to start the second. And the next is grounded to the right side. Chase with it, throws him. And there's one down. Ryan Muzalar, as Tristan Madison comes up. Ryan Muzalar now extends his hitting streak to a career-high 13 games. And in those 13 games, he is 24 of 46. With 4 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Tristan Madison takes a strike. He started the second inning rally with an infield hit. Richter's next one is inside corner strike. 0-2 to Tristan Madison. 5th home run allowed by Richter. 2-run Jimmie lead, bottom of the 3rd inning. 7 innings the regulation in this game. High and inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trent Richter rocks, holds steady, fires, fouled back by Madison. Twins after we finish here on Jamestown 107.1 in Atlanta again. Then we're back here tomorrow for another doubleheader between Jamestown and Dickinson State at 1:15. Tuesday, as the umpire needs a new supply of baseballs. Or no, something was missing the dugout. I don't know what that was, but we're back to play here. Richter's next pitch. Went off the bat of Madison as he spun away from it. Still 1-2. Tuesday, Jamestown Blue Jay softball against Dickinson. Game 1 of that doubleheader at 4:15. Then the Twins and White Sox. Twins and White Sox again on Wednesday evening at 6 and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. from Target Field. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Madison took an inside breaking ball. First strikeout for Richter. And there's 2 down here in the Jamestown 3rd, with the Jimmies now up 3-1 over Dickinson State. And Isaiah Ropuck is up. He singled and later scored last inning. Now at 367. First pitch inside. And then Friday and Saturday of next week, the Jimmies head to Omaha to play Bellevue. 12:45 Friday, and then 12 noon next Saturday for those doubleheaders. Ball 1 to Roebuck, and he swung at a pitch in the dirt, foul tipped it into the mid of Erickson, 1-1. And then the week after that, the NSAA baseball and softball tournaments. They're both in Dickinson. 1-1 pitch. High and in, 2-1. So we'll cover as much as we can between those 2 venues. Two balls, 1 strike. Roebuck fouls it out, a play on the first base side. Jamestown now at 13-3 in NSAA softball after splitting today with Bellevue. So still striving to make at least the 2 seed. They haven't wrapped that up yet. Next one bounced into Roebuck and the count's full. Nobody on, 2 out, a run in. 3-1 Jamestown over Dickinson State now in the last half of the third. Trent Richter with the next one to Isaiah Roebuck. And a ground ball foul past third. Keeps him up there with a full count.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
A little bit of a breeze blowing toward the left, as it has been through the day, but not too bad. We're at 54 degrees in Jamestown. Payoff pitch to Roebuck again, and this one is flown into center, now into right field. Finders is back and watches it go. That ball just kept carrying, but into Finders' glove for out number 3. Finders right against the fence. Roebuck nearly had enough on that one. But another run in the Jamestown third. And another Ryan Musalar home run. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. 2-3. The Gunner Reel scoreboard now says Jamestown 3 and Dickinson State 1 in game 2. Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Blue Jays.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishing, as well as Gilbert, Arizona, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
Strike 1 called to Wyatt Wilharm to start the top of the 4th for Dickinson State. Now a ball. Wilharm fouls the next one off, 1-2. He gave Dickinson State the lead with a solo homer with 2 out in the top of the 1st. Jamestown's come back with 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, leads 3-1. John Michael Gonzalez Jr. and Luis Rodriguez will follow in the 4th. The next from Zimmer is low, 2-2. Having a good Saturday of this Easter weekend. Remember, Twins follow us. Fly ball into right center, falls in front of Chase Burke for a base hit, and Wyatt Wilharm's 2 for 2. Now at 3:59. Here is John Michael Gonzalez Jr., who struck out his first time in this game. And 1 for 5 now in the doubleheader. Wilharm with a lead. Zimmer with a glance at him over his right shoulder. Now he fires. And it's inside and low. We'll join Twins baseball in Atlanta right after this second game. One and 0. Right down the middle, a strike by Zimmer. 1-1. He has struck out 4. Hasn't walked a batter as he goes for win number 6, trying to tie Avery Leisman for the team and the league lead. 1-1. And the throw to first. Wilharm is back in the bag as Ryan Musalar holds him there.
former Red River Rough Rider. It's where Tom Dosh's son is playing baseball. A little high, and it's 2-1. And Tom, so happy to be back with Jamestown football, but he's going to be doing a little traveling in the next couple of years, next year or so, to watch his son play high school sports at River. Next pitch, swing and a miss by Gonzalez, and now it's 2-2. But yeah, talking to Tom this week, Brian Mistro offered him a chance to come back and rejoin the Jimmie football program. Of course, Brian played for Tom. The new adventure next year of the NSIC. Pop up left side over is Okamoto. Ricky, it's in fair territory, and he has it. And there's one down. Rohan back to first. And Luis Rodriguez will come up. Well, Jimmie football had an on-field taste of what it'll be like in an SIC football, because instead of a spring game to end their workouts, they had a joint scrimmage with MSU Moorhead. And both parties seem to think it went very, very well. Luis Rodriguez held up his swing just barely on a fastball inside. He lined out in the second inning, first time the Jimmies had retired him after he went 4 for 4 in game 1. 1-0. In there for a strike from Luke Zimmer, 1-1. Four hits for Jamestown, 3 for Dickinson State. Next pitch. And a long one into right field. Back goes Burke, back go Roebuck, but they watch it leave the park. Luis Rodriguez with home run number 3 ties this game at 3. Runs batted in 14 and 15. He just waited on one and took it the other way. And Dickinson State has come back to tie this game at 3, and they still today, all 8 of their runs have come on home runs. Now Moses Dokes, the DH, who struck out his first time. First pitch is in for a strike. So Dickinson State showing their power here at Jack Brown Stadium today. Next one from Zimmer. Ground ball up the middle. Alba, it's through him and into center field. And Dukes is on. Alba had to come way to his left to reach that ball. But it is a base hit. Single, the 5th hit for Dickinson State in their 3rd in the inning, and now Jordan Roberts doubled in the 2nd after hitting the game-winning homer, as it turned out, in the top of the 9th of game 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And they're going to start to make their way down for a little activity in the Jimmie bullpen as Luke Zimmer's run into a rough patch here in the 4th inning. A 7-inning regulation game. High. Ball 1, strike 1 now to Jaden Roberts. This team's leader in home runs with 8. Ball and a strike. Zimmer fires again. And missed low. A hitter's count now for Roberts at 2-1. Know what he's probably thinking. Zimmer with the next. Strike call, breaking ball. 2-2. Still only 1 down and a runner on first. 2 runs in on Rodriguez home run. Luis Rodriguez is now 5 for 6 today. 2-2 to Roberts. Zimmer fires. Swing and a miss. Got fooled on a low breaking ball, and now there's 2 down. And it'll be up to Ty Farwell for Dickinson State here in the top of the 4th. Farwell grounded out
in the second, 0 for 4 today, now at 243. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 5 strikeouts now for Luke Zimmer, but he's already up to 64 pitches here in the top of the 4th inning. And 0-1 coming to Farwell. And he takes another strike. It's 0-2. Wilson first, 2 down. Next one to Farwell. Swing and a miss. Farwell's down on 3 pitches. Strikeout number 6 for Luke Zimmer. But the 2-run homer from Luis Rodriguez evens this game up. 2 runs and 3 hits in the Dickinson State 4th with no errors and 1 left. And at the end of 3.5 in the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard in game 2. Dickinson State 3, Jamestown 3 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
RM Stout Incorporated is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Jimmie's Athletics. We are cheering in the stands right along with you, and we've got the perfect vehicle to get you to every UJ event. Get behind the wheel of a new 2025 Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 and experience peak performance and 4x4 reliability. Need extra rows of seating? Huge stock of new and pre-owned options available now. Don't wait. Get the best trade-in price, unbeatable interest, and the best value since 1941 only at RM Stout Jamestown. Go Jimmies!
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace. Online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Jamestown 107.1.
Well, the day is done for Dickinson State starter Trent Richter after 3 innings, and a young man from Lemoore takes over. It's Anthony Hansen, the 6'3" sophomore from Lemoore, who makes his 7th appearance of this season. He has no record, 2.89 ERA. He's pitched 9 1/3 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits. He struck out 7, and he's walked 5. He picked up 1 win, Anthony did last year for Dickinson State in his freshman year. Went 1-0 in 14 2/3 innings with a 7.98 ERA. He faces Ben Patton, Landon Rung, and Ricky Okamoto here in the bottom of the 4th of a 3-3 game at Jack Brown Stadium in game 2. Patton took a ball inside. Dickinson State rallied to win game 1 in 9 innings, 5-2, so a 7-inning regulation game in this one. Patton singled in the first of the 2 Jimmie runs in the second and takes one inside here, ball 2. So Anthony Hansen from Lemoore Litchfield, Maryland, Lemoore High School, on in relief of Trent Richter. The 2-0 pitch is a looping liner into short left field, base hit, drops in front of Roberts. Ben Patton's 2 for 2. Jimmies have the lead off and go ahead runner on here in the bottom of the 4th, and Landon Rung comes up. Landon lined out in the second. 2-4 now today. Ben Patton, by the way, is now 3 for 6 in this doubleheader. Well, what will they do with Landon Rung? He has a couple of sacrifice bunts. No inclination, at least shown of that yet. Oh, here it comes, and he bunts it to the left of the mound. It is taken by Hansen, throws to first for the out. Patton's on to second, so there's a successful sacrifice for Landon Rung on the first pitch. And the Jamestown Jimmies have a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Ricky Okamoto. Okamoto was hit by a pitch to help that second inning rally along for Jamestown. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for each team. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning of game 2. Anthony Hansen will look back at second. First pitch, and Okamoto showed bunt, took it low and away as he didn't offer. Now 9-3 Bellevue leading Dakota State in Madison as they play at the top of the 9th inning at Flynn Field, just 3 outs away from clinching at least a tie for the regular season title in the NSAA. Ball 1, Hansen to Okamoto. And a pop-up right side. Buchanan, the second baseman in short right field, takes it. 2 down. Patton stays at second. Back to the top of the order now for Jamestown and center fielder Chase Burke. Flew out in the first, but walked with the bases loaded to bring in the second Jamestown run in the second inning for his 20th run batted in. Burke now at 379. Go ahead run on second with 2 down. Jimmie's trying not to leave another runner in scoring position. First one from Hansen. Missed inside. They stranded 11 in the game 1, lost 9 of them in scoring position. Ball 1 to Burke. Hansen looks at second, brings it in, fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Burke had a nice cut. Also in baseball, in the wild one at Charlie Brown Memorial Field, Valley City State scored 7 in the 4th to take the lead 10-9 over Mayville State. The Comets scored a run in the 5th, but BCSU's ahead again. Next pitch is a line drive into left field, over to his right, and not able to reach it is Roberts. Patton's all the way around to score. Burke around second as the ball comes to the wall. He is into third with a sliding triple. Chase Burke with triple number 2. Jamestown leads again 4-3, and 21 RBIs now for Burke. Roberts did all he could and reached out as far as he could to try to gain that ball, but could not, and as it rolled to the base of the wall, Burke easily had a triple, and Patton is in, and the lead belongs to Jamestown again at 4-3. Now Alex Alva, who has popped out and lined out and is 0 for 6 today. Anthony Hansen with the first pitch to him. Missed outside, ball 1. VCSU has now scored 2 in the 5th, and they're back in front of Mayville State again. 12-10. Wild second game of that doubleheader. Next pitch to Alva's low, and it's 2-0. VCSU now with 2 conference wins. They had one last week against the Jimmies. They had one yesterday against Mayville State. 2-0. And Alva socks one into right center field. Keeps carrying and goes out. Alex Alva's first hit of this doubleheader is a line drive home run to right center, and Jamestown's lead is 6-3. Alex again shows his power with home run number 4. He now has 26 runs batted in. A line shot to make it a 3-run inning and a 3-run lead for Jamestown. Now Ryan Musalon, who homered to lead off the 3rd inning. Strike call. Alex certainly had to feel he was due, and make him feel a lot better, no doubt, at the plate after going 0 for 6 today before that. Next pitch misses inside to Musalar, 1-1. 6-3 Jamestown with a 3-run 4th after Dickinson State scored 2 in the top half. 1-1. Bouncer, big hop. Oh, took a terrible hop and went over Rodriguez into left field. for a base hit. That's just the way it's going for Muzalar. He'll gladly take a bad hop single. Looked like it hit right on the rim of the grass and dirt and just took a kangaroo hop over the head of Rodriguez. Well, when you're hitting well, sometimes you're going to get those type of breaks. Here's Jordan Singleton. Fly on the ground out for Jordan. Muzalar's on again. First pitch. Missed a little low and away. Three for 7 now today from Muzalar. It's just ridiculous how he's been hitting lately. Next delivery. Outside and high, 2-0. He is now 25 for his last 47. That's 532. 2-0 to Singleton. Anthony Hansen's in some trouble here. And he delivers a strike down the middle. Been a rough inning for the young man from Lemoore. The RBI triple by Burke, the 2-run homer by Alba. Jamestown leads 6-3. 2-1 to Singleton. Here's the next. Foul. Behind the grandstand, straight back, 2-2. All the runs in this inning scoring with 2 down for the Jimmies. Muzalar off first. And the next is grounded foul past first. Trying to make a play over there was Adrian Alvarez. Couldn't quite do it. Did move well to his left, though. 2-2 to Singleton. What a nice man Adrian is. Here's the pitch. Muzalar's going. It's low. That's ball 4 because they called a timer violation apparently on Hansen. So we see another one of those, and the next pitch then is ball 4. Well, now Muzalar is at second, and Dallas Cummins takes over running at first base for Jordan Singleton. 2 more stolen bases for Dallas in game 1 today, and 16 now for the season for the 5'9", 170-pound junior from Vauxhall, Alberta, the Treasure Valley Community College transfer. Timeout brought to you by Hillebrew Construction. A meeting at the mound called by catcher Cam Erickson to try to settle down Anthony Hansen. It's just been a rough inning for him. And Tristan Madison will try to make it worse. Infield hit and a run scored in the second. Struck out last inning. 2 for 5 today and takes ball 1. Muzalar on second, Cummins on first with 2 down. And 3 in the Jamestown fourth. They lead Dickinson State 6-3 in this 7-inning regulation game. Hansen looks back at second. Anthony now delivers. Both runners are going. The pitch is low and no throw is made. It's a double steal. Muzalar steals third. That's his 14th steal. And Cummins steals second, his 17th steal. And now it's 2-0 to Madison. And 2 are in scoring position. Hansen deals. Line drive down the left field line, but it's about 3 feet foul. Two and 1. Ball retrieved, sent back to the Jimmie dugout. And Another doubleheader here on Easter Sunday tomorrow. 1:15 our airtime on Jamestown 107.1. 2-1 to Madison. Pitch coming. Madison with a fly ball into left field. Diving. Roberts can't come up with it. Around third and in to score is Muzalar. Cummins is right behind him. They were both off with a pitch, of course, with 2 out. Tristan Madison has runs batted in number 36 and 37. It's a 5-run inning for Jamestown and an 8-3 lead. So now, this time, yep, the Jimmies are hitting with runners in scoring position. 9th man to bat in the inning is Isaiah Roebuck. And he swings and foul tips it into the mid of Erickson, strike 1. Single run scored, fly ball in this game for Isaiah. 8-3, Jamestown now in front of Dickinson State in game 2. A bunt shown by Roebuck, right of the mound. Hansen throws and safe at first. Madison on to second. A 2-out bunt by Roebuck surprises Dickinson State. And the Jimmies have batted around, and Ben Patton is up again. He started all this with a single. 6 hits in the inning now for Jamestown, and 5 runs. And a balk spin called on Hansen. And unfortunately for him, Anthony's just a little unnerved at the moment. It started and then stopped while he was on the rubber. So Madison's on to third and Roebuck is on to second. Again, if you're just joining us, a reminder that since game 1 went 9 innings, it's a 7-inning regulation game, so no run rule. Michael Dahl is wondering about this. He's having a talk with a home plate umpire about why this balk was called. The 50-year head coach continuing to get the explanation. 26 wins in his first year at the now defunct Presentation College. Graduate of the University of Charleston, played as an outfield there. And has some major league experience. He was an intern with, BJ, are you listening? Pittsburgh Pirates early last decade, and worked in their video analysis department when that was starting to become a pretty big thing in the big leagues. Well, you know how big a thing it is in the majors now. The umpires, all 3 of the umpires met. Now the home plate umpire is talking to Mike Dahl again. Whatever he's happy about, he is keeping this argument going. Plate umpire started to walk away, and then Mike started to walk back toward him. And he is making his point somewhat forcefully. Now the home plate umpire is making his forceful point, and there's the end of the conversation as Mike Dahl will walk back unhappily to the Dickinson State first base dugout. All the while, Ben Patton waits to hit. Now 2 for 2 in this game with the single to start this inning. Drove in a run in the second. And 3 for 6 in the doubleheader. Second and third, still 2 down. There have been 2 down for a long time. First pitch to Patton. Low for a ball. No, there is family of Anthony Hansen's here. Did see them earlier. A short trip from Lemoore. Ball one. Fly ball in the left field. Back goes Roberts. Back toward that wall. Keeps carrying, and it's gone. Ben Patton has home run number 8. A 3-run blast to make it an 8-run Jamestown inning and an 11-3 lead. Four runs batted in this game, and now that's 42 for the year for Ben Patton. And Landon Rung, the Jimmie shortstop, comes up for the second time in the inning. He had a successful sacrifice earlier in the inning. Yeah, no doubt, as Mike Dahl is going to come out and may make a move here. No doubt, the way the Jimmies couldn't hit in the clutch left a bad taste in their mouth in game 1, but probably gone, at least for now, with what's happened in this inning. And yes, Anthony Hansen will come out after a very rough outing. So a pitching change. Dickinson State brings in a new hurler, the right-hander, Cooper Van Luchain. I'll tell you about him when we come back. 2 out, 8 runs in for Jamestown in the bottom of the 4th. They now have an 11-3 lead over Dickinson State in game 2 on Jamestown 107.1. This is The Voice.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Jamestown 107.1.
So Dickinson State goes to their 3rd pitcher, and this is Cooper Van Luchain. He is a 6'5", he's big, 206-pound junior from Belgrade, Montana. Western Montana, as my Montana expert Ryan Michelson tells me. So I certainly believe it. 3-11 in his Dickinson State career, 2-6 this year. He started 9 games, his ERA 8.18, and he has given up 62 hits in just 33 innings. 52 runs, 40, struck out 30, walked 11. 11.18, did I say 8.18? 11.18 is ERA. First batter he'll face is Landon Rung, and he had to duck from a breaking ball that missed high inside ball 1. An 8-run, 7-hit inning for Jamestown. They've taken an 11-3 lead over Dickinson State in game 2. The next pitch is a fastball that missed inside, and it's 2-0. It's a lot of hits in 33 innings. 2-0. Line drive up the middle, base hit for Rung. Is the 8th hit of the inning for Jamestown. And Ricky Okamoto will come up, the 12th batter in the Jamestown 4th. Earlier in this inning, Okamoto popped out. His first time up, he was hit by a pitch. 0 for 3 in the doubleheader. And he takes a ball inside. Activity in the Jamestown bullpen, so Zimmer might not be back out for the 5th with such a big lead. Maybe not. Next one, Nolan Wayne squirts away from Erickson. Down to second is is rung, makes a big turn but stays there. It's a pass ball that sends Rung to second base. So Okamoto bats with a runner in scoring position. And a 2-0 count. Cooper Van Lushane looks back at second. Now he delivers. And a line drive hit off the arm of Wilhart into short left for a base hit. Around third run, he's being waved in and scores. Ricky Okamoto with an RBI single, his 6th run batted in. It is 12-3 Jamestown with a 9-run 4th inning. Chase Burke will come up, and by the way, the former Blue Jay Peyton Hochhalter is warming up in the Jamestown bullpen. And he has been joined too. Chase Burke bats for the 2nd time in this inning and rolls it running foul down the 3rd baseline, and it's swept away foul by the catcher Erickson as they tried to surprise Dickinson State again with a bunt. Strike one. Roebuck did so for a hit earlier in this, what has to be interminable inning now for Dickinson State. Burke is the 13th for Jamestown in this inning. 9 have scored. Van Lushane. The set and the pitch. Fastball inside, snap throw to first. Back there is Okamoto, 1-1. Ball 1 strike, 1 to Burke. That's from Van Lushane. Going away, 2-1. Aaron Sabino is also warming up along with Hochhalter in the bullpen. Remember, Sabino does pitch too. 2 balls, 1 strike. Van Lushane's next. It's a strike on the inside corner. 2-2. Alex Alva would be next. He homered earlier in this inning. Burke tripled earlier in this inning and drove in the first run of the now 9 that have scored. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Burke's down on strikes. But what a 4th inning for Jamestown. 9 runs on 10 base hits. No errors and 1 left. Well, we are through 4 of the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard, and thanks to that big 4th inning, it's now in game 2. Jamestown 12, Dickinson State 3. Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smphealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smphealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
Jamestown 107.1.
Luke Zimmer does come back out on the mound for Jamestown for the 5th. Had a long break. The Jimmy's batted for about 25 minutes in that bottom of the 4th inning, scoring 9. Hayden Finders leads off in the Dickinson State 5th, takes a strike. Grounded out his first time. 12-3 Jamestown in game 2 after Dickinson State won the opener in 9 innings, 5-2. Bounces in for a ball. So it's 7-inning regulation in this game, meaning Dickinson State's down to their last 9 outs. Jimmies have now had to hit the Blue Hawks 13-5. Had 10 hits in that inning. Next pitch from Zimmer. Strike on the outside corner. 1 and 2 to Finders. Will be followed by Cam Erickson and Jace Buchanan in the Dickinson State fifth. Left-handed batter. Finders now 278. Here's the next. Fly ball into left field over toward the line comes Ben Patton and watches it drop foul. And watches it drop in fair by a couple of feet. So a blue single by Finders, and Dickinson State has the leadoff man on in the top of the fifth, and Cam Erickson at the back. 0 for 2 in this game with a couple of strikeouts, 2 for 7 in the doubleheader. Homered in the first game, but he's also struck out 4 times today, and he takes a strike. After we get done, because we'll bring you Twins baseball on Jamestown 107.1. We'll join the Twins and Braves in Atlanta. Swing and foul tip at the plate by Erickson, down on the count 0-2. Then tomorrow, yes, Easter Sunday baseball for the Jimmies and Blue Hawks. A doubleheader again here at Jack Brown Stadium at 1:15, and then we will join you from Omaha Friday and next Saturday for the last 4 regular season games for the Jimmies, doubleheaders with the Bellevue Bruins. 0-2 to Erickson. Luke Zimmer fires. And this is a little outside. Singleton was ready to zip that down to third. He thought it was strike 3. So did most of the Jimmies. Instead, it's 1-2. Bellevue has won over Dakota State in Madison. Next one a little outside, 2-2. So the Bruins can do no worse than tie now for the NSAA regular season title. So they need only one more win or one more Jimmie loss to clinch that 10th straight regular season title. They won 9-5 over Dakota State today. Next one's low, and now it's 3-2 to Erickson after it was 0-2. Bellevue now 15-1 in the NSAA. Payoff pitch to Erickson. Pop foul, long run for Okamoto into foul ground, reaches, ooh, and slams into the wall over there and didn't catch it. Hope Ricky's all right. Yeah, he is. It's a padded wall down there, but Ricky really went into it hard, but Okamoto's up and all right. And the count is still 3-2. To Cam Erickson. Finders led off with a single. He's on there with nobody out. And he takes a throw from Zimmer to Ryan Muzilar at first base. 3-2 to Erickson. Zimmer's next one is on the way. And a bouncer to the right side, taken by Alva. Fumbled a little, but still handles it. Throws the first for the and the play there. Finders on to second. Jimmies aren't worried at all about that runner with a 9-run lead. One down, and Jason Buchanan comes out. Struck out in the first, hit a long one foul down the right field line in the third, where Roebuck made a good play to catch it in the third. So Buchanan 0 for 2 in this game, 1 for 7 in the doubleheader. First one from Zimmer. Bounced on the left side. Okamoto to his left, has it, fires in the grass with a strike and throws him out. Throw to second, just safe there. They almost doubled off. Finders, who was straying off the bag a little bit. Muzilar with a quick throw over there, but Finders back there in time. Now there's 2 down. Now Wyatt Wilharm, who has scored 2 of the 3 runs for Dickinson State. He had a solo homer in the first and then singled and scored in the fourth. And a timeout brought to you by Hillary Construction as Ryan Iowa goes out to visit with Luke Zimmer. What's going on in that wild game in Valley City, I wonder? Well, BCSU is up 14-10 over Mayville State in the top of the 7th in game 2 of their doubleheader. Mayville State had a 9-3 lead through 3 innings of that game. Then BCSU scored 7 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Mayville State's batting in the 7th, down 4. First one to Wilhelm. Bounces in and back to the screen and on his way to third, and there now is Finley for a wild pitch. So it is now 15-1. Again, Bellevue has clinched at least a share of the regular season title. Jamestown's 8-5, Dickinson State 7-6, Dakota State at 7-9, Maple State at 5-10, and BCSU at 2-13. Next pitch. Inside. 2-0. BCSU trying for 2 splits in as many days with Maple State. Ball 2 to Wilhelm. Next from Zimmer. Inside. It's 3-0. Number 81 for Zimmer, but they continue to warm up in the Jamestown bullpen. The whole culture is still warming down there, and ball 4 is inside. So Wilhelm's on with a 2-out walk, first and third, and John Michael Gonzalez Jr. steps in for Dickinson State. Strikeout and a pop out in game 2 for Gonzalez. 1 for 6 today. Zimmer's first pitch low, and the strike's starting to jump around on him a little bit now. Ball 1. 83 pitches for him now. He has the luxury of a 9-run lead. It's 12-3 Jamestown, top of the 5th. Next delivery. Swing and a foul tip into the mid of Singleton. 1-1. Next pitch. Couldn't stop his swing on a pitch in the dirt. And that cost John Michael Gonzalez a strike. It's 1-2. Zimmer with another. It's high and outside. Junior from Velva. Rocks and fires. Another full count. Will Coulter continues his warm-up tosses. I would have to think that might be in for the 6th inning of this game. 3-2. Another payoff pitch coming to Gonzalez. And a bouncer to the right side. And it goes off the glove of Alva. And everybody's safe. Underscores Wilhelm to second. Alva with an error. Keep this inning going for Dickinson State. A run in, and Jamestown's lead is now 12-4. And Luis Rodriguez, with a 2-run homer to tie the game last inning, is now up his 5th hit in 6 at-bats today. First pitch, foul down the right field line, way out of play. .329 now for Rodriguez with his good day at the plate today. First and second, 2 down. First error of this game on Jamestown, who still came in as one of the best fielding clubs in the nation. Pop foul down the right field line. Roebuck with a look, but again it's out of play, and it's 0-2. Before today, the Jimmies were tied for 10th in the country in fielding percentage at .970, and tied for 10th in the fewest errors with 36. Two strikes to count to Luis Rodriguez. First and second, 2 down. Zimmer delivers. The runners go. The pitch is high. The throw to third is on a bounce, and safe there is Wilharm. Safe at second is Gonzalez with a double steal. On a high pitch, Jordan Singleton had to come out of his crouch and bounce the throw to third. So with a 1-2 count to Rodriguez, he now bats with 2 and takes one high, 2-2. Coulter continues to work in the Jamestown bullpen. 93rd pitch coming for Luke Zimmer. It's a 2-2 to Rodriguez. Here comes. In the dirt, blocked by Singleton, and now it's another full count. Couple of arduous innings here in the 4th and 5th for Luke Zimmer. Payoff pitch coming to Luis Rodriguez. High, and it's ball 4, and they're loaded. Well, Moses Dukes will come up. How much longer is Tom Hager going to go with Luke Zimmer here? Coulter's been throwing for 15 or 20 minutes. He's got to be just about ready by now. Jordan Singleton, I'm sure, was told to go out for a mound visit brought to you by Hillerud Construction. And maybe give Coulter a chance for another couple or 3 tosses in that bullpen down the left field line. And yes, here comes Tom Hager. He is going to make the change to bring in the former Blue Jay. So Dickinson State trying to come back. They've loaded the bases with 2 down, 1 run in the top of the 5th. Jamestown leads 12-4 in the Gun and Wheel Sports scoreboard. Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmie apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
Peyton Coulter, the former Jamestown Blue Jay, makes his 6th appearance of this season. He's 1-0 with a save and a 2.08 ERA. 4 1/3 innings, 1 run, 3 hits. He struck out 6 and has not walked at bat. He appeared in both games of the doubleheader in Redfield on Tuesday against Briarcliff. Got the last out in the top of the 7th inning in game 1, and then earned the win when the Jimmies came back with 2 in the bottom of the 7th. And then pitched 2 innings in the 2nd game, which was a 15-4 Jamestown rout at Briarcliff, a run and a hit with 3 strikeouts. His 6th appearance, his 5th in the spring part of the year, when he appeared in Madison against Dakota State on March 27th. He hadn't appeared in a game since fall ball. And he faces DH Moses Dukes with the bases loaded. 2 down and a run in, and errors extended this inning, and then a walk to Rodriguez loaded the bases. Gokes a single and 2 trips in this game, and a ground ball at short, deep there, and taken by Rung with a throw to third to Okamoto to retire Gonzalez on an excellent play. Knew they only needed the force, land and run with the shortest route for the third out to end the Dickinson State fifth. 1 run in the Blue Hawk fifth inning. Just 1 hit. There was an error. It's unearned, and 3 runners left on. And the Blue Hawks have now left 5 on base. To the bottom of the 5th in Game 2 on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. It was a Game 1 win for Dickinson State, rallying for a 9-inning win 5-2. But in Game 2, heading to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's Jamestown leading DSU 12-4 on Jamestown 7.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Hey, watch out for that pothole. It's springtime in North Dakota. With snow, ice, and especially potholes, that means your brakes and tires need to be ready for just about anything. Bring your vehicle to Mike and the crew at Pit Stop Express Lube. They're local, so they care more about you and your family's safety than the sale. College students get 10% discount when you student ID at Pit Stop Express Lube, 117 4th Street Northwest, Jamestown, or call 952-7867.
You know you don't really want that hurry up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. You personally for home, auto, business, farm insurance, and tailor that coverage plan you need because you're not satisfied until you are different. Farmers Union Insurance, simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Jamestown 107.1.
Tall Cooper Van Lushane is back out to work for Dickinson State in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jamestown up 12-4 over Dickinson State. Jimmie's had a 9-run fourth to grab the lead, and Alex Alva, who homered in that inning, flies one out to right field. Not able to reach it is Finders, but trying to stretch it into a double. He's out at second after Finders guns him down on a throw to Jace Buchanan. So the second hit of this game for in his 50th of the year, but he's thrown out trying to stretch it. It goes 9-4. One down, 6, I should say, not 9-4. Strike called to Muzalon. And now he takes a home. Home run for Muzalon. Another one in the 3rd, his 13th of the year. Singled and scored in the 4th. 2 out of 3 in this game. The next pitch. It's at the other way. Goes right up the middle and through again for a hit. Another hit for Muzalon. 26 of his last 48. He's now at 431. Jordan Singleton, the batter. 3 for 4 in this game for Muzalon and 4 for 8 in the doubleheader today. Now Jordan Singleton 0 for 2 in this game with a walk and a run scored. Or at least Dallas Cummins, I should say, scored the run for him. Throw to first, and Muzalon's back there. Yeah, Ryan also has a stolen base today. Van Lushane with his first one to Singleton. Behind him. I mean, that wasn't even close. And all the way back to the screen, and Muzalon is on to second. That pitch was 6 feet inside. Muzalon looked back, let's say, what, or at least Singleton looked back and said, what the world was that? Next one. This one is outside, and it's 2-0. Stay right here. We'll join Twins baseball on Jamestown 107.1 after we're finished here at Jack Brown Stadium. 2-0 to Singleton. Next pitch. couldn't hold up his swing on a breaking ball low. It's 2-1. 12 runs, 15 hits, 1 error for Jamestown. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Dickinson State. And in the bottom of the 5th, first game went 9 with Dickinson State winning 5-2. So this is a 7-inning game, and the next pitch is outside. And now it's 3-1. 260 now for Jordan. He waits on a 3-1 from Van Lushane. Here it is. Strike down the middle. And now he takes ball 4. So Dallas Cummins again runs for Singleton. Dallas now with 3 stolen bases today, but it's first and second here. Here's Tristan Madison. 2-run single in that big 4th inning. He's 2 for 3 in this game, and he scored twice. As that average back up to 331. And swings on the first pitch, lines it to short, caught there, and a bad throw is past second baseman Buchanan and down the right field line. Cummins around third, he easily scores, and over to third is Muzalar. And an ill-advised throw there by Rodriguez. 2 down, but run scores on the air. And now it is 13-4 for Jamestown, and Isaiah Roebuck is up. Fouled off by Isaiah, strike 1. He has 2 hits in this game and 2 runs scored. Cummins up third. Roebuck flies one into left field. Over goes Roberts. He's under it, and he has it, and the side is retired. Another run for Jamestown. 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left, and we're through 5 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. In Game 2, it's Jamestown 13, Dickinson State 4 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
The Frontier Port invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s port. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Port, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims: Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
Hayden Hochhalter retired Dokes in a fielder's choice to end the 5th. He's back out for the 6th inning. He'll face the bottom 3 in the Dickinson State order: Jaden Roberts, Ty Farwell, and Caden Finders. And first ball hitting and sending it foul is Roberts. With a 3-run game-winning homer in the top of the 9th in Game 1. He's doubled and struck out in this game. 13-4 Jamestown. This game turned the Jimmies' way on a 9-run 4th inning. They sent 13 to the plate. Roberts missed high for a ball. Hochhalter did 2 rounds. Stay tuned for Twins baseball after we get done here on Jamestown 107.1. Then we're back here tomorrow. Another doubleheader between the Jimmies and Blue Hawks at 1:15. A pop-up. It is very high. It's in foul territory to the right of the plate, and it's Brian Muzilar. Who else who comes near the Dickinson State dugout to make the catch? My gosh, he does everything else. 1 down. Ty Farwell, who was grounded out and struck out in this game. 0 for 5 today. Peyton Hochhalter, the former Blue Jay, delivers, and a ground ball to the right side, taken by Alex Alva in the second hop. Throws for the out. 2 up and 2 down. And only 4 outs left for Dickinson State, who's 9 runs down. Now Caden Finders, the right fielder. Single last inning and scored. He's also grounded out. Strike call. They haven't stopped scoring runs yet over in Valley City. They're in the top of the 8th of Game 2 of that doubleheader, and VCSU is leading Mayville State 14-12. Mayville State scored 2 in the 7th. Now they go to the bottom of the 8th of that game. There's a strike, and it's 0-2 to Finders. VCSU is looking to split again with Mayville State as they did yesterday. Hochhalter trying for a 1-2-3 inning. He's up 0-2 on Caden Finders. And here comes the next. Hitting. On the right arm. Finders is on, having been hit with 2 out. Back to the top of the order. Cam Erickson will bat after he removes his gear. Chris Sale, by the way, set to start for Atlanta in the game against the Twins, with Justin Topa starting. They're having to rearrange the rotation, of course, with Lopez still on the injured list. There's a strike. Erickson is 0 for 3 in this game. But another start for Deshaun Kersey Jr., the youngster, who's made a pretty good impression his first night in the big leagues last night. Which missed inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The draft pick of just a couple of years ago. And with Matt Wallner being put on the injured list, Kersey's getting his chance in the big leagues. Join the Twins and Braves right after we finish here on Jamestown 107.1. 1-1 from Hochhalter. Outside to Cam Erickson, 2. Strikeouts and a ground out for Erickson. He homered in game 1. He's 2 for 8 today. Two and 1. The right-hander fires. Swing and a miss by Erickson. Swung over a breaking ball. 2-2. 3-0-8 now for Cam Erickson. And the next. Strike on the outside corner, strike 3, and Hochhalter has his first strikeout in Dickinson State. It's down to their last 3 outs. No runs, no hits. A hit batter, but 1 left to the bottom of the 6th on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. Dickinson State trailing Jamestown 13-4 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Jamestown 107.1.
Bottom of the sixth, bottom of the order for Jamestown, due up. And Pat Landon run Ricky Okamoto. A 9-run fourth inning for Jamestown. The difference in game two, they lead Dickinson State 13-4 after the Blue Hawks rallied to win game one in 9 innings, 5-2. So again, this is a 7-inning game, meaning Dickinson State's down to their last 3 outs. Cooper Van Lushane is back out for his second full inning of work. Ben Patton is having a good second game. RBI single in the second, single then scored in his first at-bat in the fourth. And then a 3-run homer later in that fourth inning. Driven in 4 today, and the first ball here is sent into left center field. Roberts can't reach it. It's in the gap at the base of the wall. Patton has a double, and he's 4 for 4 in this game. And 5 for 8 today, and now hitting .372. And Landon Rung comes up. In game two, a line out, a bunt, and a single and a run scored for Rung. And he's 3 for 5 today. 16 hits in this game now for Jamestown. They had 8 in the opener. Grounder up the middle, and it went off the glove of Buchanan, who tried to make a backhanded stop all the way around third, and in to score is Ben Patton. Landon Rung is on, and now it's a 10-run lead for Jamestown again at 14-4. Scored an error. And Ricky Okamoto comes up and takes one high. Hit by pitch in the second. He came up twice in the fourth, popped out the first time, but then he later had an RBI single. Strike call to him, 1-1. First error of this game on Dickinson State. Each team has 1 error. One ball, 1 strike. Next pitch is foul behind the grandstand on the third base side. 1-2. To recap again before we review that Bellevue has clinched no worse than a tie for the NSAA regular season title. Another foul on a play by Okamoto. They had a sweep of Dakota State today in Madison, 12-2 and 9-5, so they're 15-1 with their last 4 coming up against Jamestown and Omaha next Friday and Saturday. Throw over and back to the bag is Okamoto, or is Rung with Okamoto up. Ball and 2 strikes, and Okamoto flies one into short left field. Shortstop over, left fielder over. Neither can make it, and it falls in between them. And Okamoto on to second. They're on with a single, and Landon Rung is on to second. Back to the top of the order and Chase Burke. 2 runs batted in this game for Burke with a bases loaded walk and an RBI triple in that fourth inning. 1 for 3 in this game and 3 for 8 in the doubleheader. 17 hits now for the Jimmies. Dan Lushane's first pitch fouled out of play by Burke. He's now at 3-8. So 15-1 for Bellevue. The Jimmies are at 8-5, so the best the Jimmies can do is tie them. Strike one to Burke. First and second, nobody out. Van Lushane delivers, misses low. The NSAA tournament begins on Friday, May 2nd at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark in Dickinson. The 6 teams from the NSAA there. Let's pitch in for a strike, along with 2 teams from the CalPAC Conference. And that gives the NSAA the chance to have 2 automatic qualifiers. Again, the regular season champion is one, the winner of the tournament the other. The runner-up in the tournament would get the automatic qualifier as a ball misses high if the regular season champion also wins the tournament. 2-2 to Burke. Cooper Van Lushane with an X. And hits Burke, ouch, off his left wrist. He is okay, he says, as he goes down to first. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out. So Alex Alva comes up. The big 2-run homer in that gigantic 4th inning. Singled in the 5th, was thrown out trying to stretch it. And they're going to get Chase out of there, probably for safety's sake, just to make sure he's all right. He didn't show any real big discomfort after he was hit. Dallas Cummins runs for it. But in a 14-4 game, Tom Hager doesn't want to take any chances with his outstanding center fielder. So Cummins takes his place at first, and Alva steps in. First pitch. Alva, first ball hitting down the left field line. Over is Roberts on the run, and he makes the catch. The tagging now and scoring with a slide is Landon Run. Good play by Roberts, but it's a sacrifice fly, and it's now 15-4 Jamestown. That's the 3rd RBI of the game for Alex Alva. First out here in the bottom of the 6th. And Ryan Muzalar has one more chance to hit. And what a day and what a month he's having. 3 out of 4 in this game, homered in the 3rd. 2 singles, 3 runs scored, 5 for 8 today. Now at 431. 50 runs batted in and 13 home runs now. And he takes a strike. They're underway in Atlanta. No score. First inning. Twins batting. We'll join Twins baseball right after we get done here on Jamestown 107.1. So stay right here. Fouled out of play by Muzalar and a big cut. And it's 0-2. Okamoto on second. Cummins on first. Nobody, 1 out, 2 in. 15-4 Jamestown leading Dickinson State in the bottom of the 6th. Van Lushane with an 0-2 pitch. Bounces it in, but it's blocked by Erickson. Deep and right is Finders. Medium depth is Gonzalez in center. But fairly deep too and left is Jaden Roberts. 1-2. Popped into short center field. Gonzalez comes on, and he's under it to make the catch for the 2nd out. Both runners must hold. Jordan Singleton will get another crack here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's walked each of his last 2 times up and scored a run. 0 for 2 before that. Cooper Van Lushane in his 2nd full inning of work. Trent Richter started, went the first 3 2/3 of an inning for the young man from Lemoore, Anthony Hansen. He gave up 8 of the 9 runs in that 4th inning. Swing and a miss by Singleton. First and second, 2 down. Van Lushane's next pitch is high. 9 runs and 9 hits for Jamestown in that 4th inning. Sent 13 batters to the plate. The pitch. Strike right down the middle. Singleton could only look at it. It's 1-2. Use that bat above his left shoulder. The left-handed batter waits, takes, thrown away. Twins are in the fourth. Rookie Luke Keyshaw, who just called up, has an RBI double, and the Twins lead in Atlanta 1-0 in the top of the 1st inning. Stay right here. We'll join that game right after the Jimmie's finish. Next one high from Van Lushane, and now the count is full to Jordan Singleton. Two out, runners will be going. Here's the pitch. It's strike 3 on the outside corner, and Singleton is down on strikes. The Jimmies scored 2 more in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runs, a couple of hits. And 2 left. We go to the 7th, last chance for Dickinson State, and they're trailing Jamestown 15-4 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring. And this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection.
Jamestown 107.1.
Well, as we suspected, Dallas Cummins does stay in the game. He's now in center field. Julian Romero comes in to play left field for the top of the 7th inning for Jamestown. Jace Buchanan leads off for Dickinson State. Peyton Hochhalter back out there to work for Jamestown. It was a 15-4 lead in first ball hitting. Buchanan foul near the dugout, near the coaching box. Ricky Okamoto takes it 1 pitch and 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. So Wyatt Wilharm comes up, and the Jimmies have not retired him in this game. He homered in the 1st, singled and scored in the 4th, walked in the 5th. We'll have a brief RM Stout post-game show, and then we'll send you to Atlanta, where the Twins have taken an early lead over the Braves 1-0. Wilharm fouls it out of play on the 1st pitch. Keyshaw with the RBI double. We're back here tomorrow for another doubleheader for the Jimmies and Blue Hawks. 1:15 our airtime on Easter Sunday. Next pitch is low and inside. Zimmer went the first 4 2/3, so he stands to win it. Hochhalter finishing up here. He's been good today. He delivers a strike inside. Now it's 1-2 to Wyatt Wilharm. $18 hits in this game for Jamestown. They've out-hit Dickinson State 18-6. Wilharm with a long one to left field. Back goes Romero toward that wall, but it leaves again. Wyatt Wilharm has his 2nd home run of this game and his 5th of the year. So one back for Dickinson State. They cut the Jamestown lead to 15-5. So the junior from Benson, Arizona. It's a multi-homer game. And John Michael Gonzalez Jr. takes a strike. 0 for 3 with a strikeout in game 2. The next is swung on and missed, and now it's 0-2. Peyton Hochhalter finishing this out for the Jimmies. Fouled out of play by Gonzalez, still 0-2. That's the first multi-homer game for Wyatt Wilharm as a Blue Hawk. No balls, 2 strikes. Hochhalter's next. Here's bounce to the right side. Easy play for Alex Alva. Throws 2 down. And Luis Rodriguez is the last chance for Dickinson State. Hit a 2-run homer that tied the game in the top of the 4th inning. And then came the bottom of the 4th, and the Jimmies grabbed this game by the throat. And his first ball hitting here and lines it foul down the left field line. The run that scored for Dickinson State on the air in the 5th inning was the first run that the Blue Hawks scored today. The run they've scored has come from the long ball. Fouled back by Rodriguez. He's down to his last strike, and the Blue Hawks last 1-2. It's 0-2. Next one from Hochhalter, low. Rodriguez waits. Puerto Rican now takes it low. 5 for 6 in the doubleheader today. He had 4 hits in 4 at-bats in game 1. Steady hitter all year for Dickinson State. He's at 329. 2-2. Peyton Hochhalter set to fire again. And a fly ball into center. Burke comes in. This should be it. He has it. Put it in the record book, baby. And ring the victory bell. After disappointment in game 1, the Jimmies come back with a huge 4th inning, leading them to a decisive game 2 victory. Final score in the Gunnerio Sports scoreboard. The Jamestown Jimmies 15, the Dickinson State Blue Hawks 5. On our brief Armstadt postgame show, the final 15 runs, 18 hits. 1 error for Jamestown. They left 7. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Dickinson State, and they stranded 6. Luke Zimmer the win, 4 2/3 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. He is now at 4-2. Trent Richter started, but it's the young man from Lemoore, Anthony Hansen, who takes the loss. Gave up 8 of the 9 runs in that 4th inning. He's now 0. Bar is 13th. Salva, 2-run shot. Ben Patton, a 3-run homer. And he drove in 4, and the Jimmies racked up 18 hits to gain the split in this doubleheader. And they improved to 9-5 in the NSAA and to 30-12 overall. And there is the 18th 30-win season for head coach Tom Hagen. Dickinson State is now at 15-24 overall, and now 7-7 in the NSAA. So 2 more between the Jimmies and Blue Hawks tomorrow here at Jack Brown.